And thank you for attending our annual meeting, whether you're live streaming from home or here in person today. Despite all the challenges associated with COVID-19, I'm pleased to say 2020 was a successful and exciting year. We look forward to sharing all our accomplishments with all of you. For those of you watching from home, please write in your questions in the comment box on the YouTube page, and we'll address them at the end of the meeting. This year, 3 of our board members will be leaving their positions as their terms have come to an end. President Katie Rosado, Steve Besson, and Dave Smith. Their time, talent, and contributions to our club are remarkable. Please join me in thanking them for their dedication and vision. Thank you. You will be greatly missed. And now, without further ado, I'd like to introduce our club president, Katie Rosado.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Craig. Good afternoon. At this time, I would like to call the 2020 annual meeting of the membership to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. At the Moorings, we're so fortunate to have an outstanding management team and staff. Each year at this meeting, we recognize the staff and their years of service. This year, we have 9 employees celebrating 5 years, 1 celebrating 10 years, and 1 celebrating 15. For 5 years of service, congratulations to Kevin Grant, manager of croquet, Bob Gruber, director of golf operations, Joan Hobson, golf course maintenance office manager, TJ Louisant, sous chef at the Moorings, Manny Maldonado, assistant superintendent at Hawks Nest, Mark Mello, golf services supervisor, Lucio Marita, foreman at Hawks Nest, Bruce Reithel, mechanic at Hawks Nest, and Devin Voyevich, Moorings hostess. For 10 years of service, congratulations to Tim Clinton, executive sous chef. Last but not least, we honor Maria Zeladon for 15 years of service. It was with a great sadness that we announced the passing of our cherished employee, Maria Zeladon. We still honor her today for her 15 years of service on the golf course maintenance grounds at the Moorings Club. A GoFundMe account has been established to assist her family with expenses. The link is on our website if you would like to contribute. Due to COVID-19, some of our traditional speakers are not present today. Pam Delaney, president of the Moorings Educational Foundation, asked that I make these comments on her behalf. The Moorings Educational Foundation offers financial aid to qualified Moorings Club staff and their families in search of educational advancement and skill development at all levels. Since its inception in 2009, cumulative grants have totaled $711,100. In 2020, $70,400 was donated, and 25 students were awarded grants for the 2020-2021 school year. Educational expenses will continue to rise in the years ahead. I challenge all members to consider participating by making a donation to this very important and worthwhile foundation. Information packets will be mailed in April, so please be on the lookout. Thank you to everyone who is a part of making this foundation successful, and to all members who donated this year. Pictured here are this year's recipients. Congratulations to all. At this time, I would like to ask Terry Burns, Board Secretary, and Head Teller Peter Sparks to verify that we have a quorum.
As defined in our bylaws, a quorum is the presence, either in person or by proxy, of voting members having 50% of the votes then entitled to be voted, and shall constitute a quorum at any meeting of the members. Mr. Sparks, do we have a quorum?
Yes, we have a quorum.
Were the minutes from last annual meeting approved electronically?
Yes, they were approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Terry and Peter. Today, Dave Smith, Steve Besson, and I are retiring from 6 years of service on the Board of Governors. Over the past 6 years, we have had the privilege of serving with many outstanding board members who have made it possible to accomplish great goals. This year's Board of Governors includes the following members. Please stand as your name is called. Bud Angelis, Vice President and Green Committee Chair. Maggie Selby, Vice President and Grievance and House Committee Chair. Terry Burns, Secretary and Fitness and Spa Committee Chair. L.J. Fuix, Treasurer, Finance, Compensation and Insurance Committee Chair. Dale Kaiser, Assistant Treasurer and Membership Committee Chair. Steve Besson, Golf and Legal and Bylaws Committee Chair and Moorings Yacht Club Liaison. Dave Smith, Long Range Strategic Planning and Properties Committee Chair, and Gary Parker, Racket Sports Chair. In addition, I'd like to thank the Moorings Yacht Club Commodore, Kip Jacoby, for his leadership and service. I don't think Kip is here, but please do thank him when you see him. Steve, Dave, and I have participated in one of the most active and productive boards the Moorings has ever seen. As I prepared for the meeting today, I wanted to recap the growth and accomplishments that have transpired over the last 6 years. We are eternally grateful for the hard work, perseverance, and vision of both Steve Besson as Membership, Golf, and Legal and Bylaws Chair, as well as Yacht Club Liaison, and Dave Smith as Long Range Strategic Planning and Properties Chair. All members should be proud of what we together have achieved in just the last 6 short years. The projects we have participated in include the 2015 negotiation and purchase of the Hawks Nest Golf Club, integration of Hawks Nest and its previous membership into the Moorings Yacht and Country Club, $4.1 million invested into the Hawks Nest campus to bring it up to the Moorings Yacht and Country Club standards. Subsequently, the course has achieved the ranking of number 30 in the state of Florida in 2021 out of 1,250 courses. Golf rounds also increased over 25% over the same time period. We had a $6.4 million investment into the Moorings campus during that same 6-year time period. The addition of croquet to the Hawks Nest campus. We built a new permanent structure over the tennis deck after Hurricane Matthew damaged the previous canopy. Design, plan, and complete the master plan project at the Moorings campus, which included removing the old golf maintenance building, building a new state-of-the-art turf care center, addition of 45 new parking spaces, building 3 new state-of-the-art tennis courts, including a stadium court, the addition of 4 pickleball courts, and installing access control on both campuses. We designed and built a new golf teaching center at the Hawks Nest campus. Then we renovated the remaining 6 tennis courts with the state-of-the-art hydrocourt technology. Over the last 6 years, memberships have increased by 310. The average age of membership decreased from 74 in March of 2015 to 64 in March of 2021. We designed and commenced building a new cart barn at the Turf Care Center, with the old cart barn to be removed for future development opportunities. We reserved for and commenced the Moorings Golf Course renovation project, including new state-of-the-art irrigation technology. We assisted our outstanding management team to govern and navigate through challenges presented by hurricanes and the global COVID-19 pandemic, which closed most of our operations for 6 weeks and modified operations for the entire year. We maintained a strong dedication to conservative fiscal management throughout. Finally, I am very pleased to announce that we were able to pay off the entire clubhouse mortgage 6 years ahead of schedule, rendering the entire club debt-free. 2020 was a challenging and unprecedented year for all of us. Despite all of the disruption and uncertainty, I am so pleased with how the membership supported the club and how the staff here managed operations. We are all truly blessed to be a part of such a wonderful organization. In the face of adversity, true leaders and colors emerged, and that was certainly the case here at the Moorings with our staff. Without further ado, I present the 2020-2021 Annual Year in Review. Thank you, Ursula, Maggie, and Nicole, for another great presentation. Now I'm pleased to introduce LJ Fuix to share our financial review.
Thank you, Katie. Hello, everyone. Thanks for participating today. I'm pleased to provide an overview of the club's financial highlights for fiscal 2020 and an outlook on 2021. To start, the club received a clean opinion on the fiscal 2020 audit from our accountants, Cars, Riggs, and Ingram. The report is available for inspection at the Finance Department if you're interested. The club generated revenues last year of $14 million, a decrease of $739,000 from the prior year. With the exception of dues, revenues were down year over year in every department as the club was required to temporarily shut down and subsequently curtail many operations as a result of COVID. That said, there were several bright spots. Golf at both campuses exceeded 38,600 rounds, an increase of 7.7% over the prior year. In addition, food and beverage prepared over 16,000 takeout meals, which dramatically offset the temporary closure and subsequent limitations on in-house dining service. Cash operating profit, the key metric we budget to, exceeded $893,000 in 2020, an increase of approximately $536,000 over 2019. In April, in response to COVID, management and the board prepared a revised budget for the year and subsequently reduced expenses to offset the anticipated decline in activity at the club. This unfortunately led to the difficult decision by the board to lay off most temporary and seasonal employees and furlough a small number of full-time employees. We all recognize how vital the Moorings employees are to member satisfaction, our enjoyment of the club, and ultimately the club's financial success. COVID has placed an incredible strain on management and our employees as the club navigates the challenges of continuing to provide services and amenities, often in the face of changing government regulations and guidelines, without jeopardizing the health or safety of our members and employees. In fiscal 2020, the board approved several initiatives to strengthen our ties to our employees and reward them for their outstanding efforts. These initiatives included a cash bonus to laid off and furloughed employees to partially mitigate the loss of income, a cash bonus to continuing employees to recognize their extraordinary work under challenging circumstances, an increase in the incentive compensation pool paid to level 1 managers, and an increase in the 401k match on all employee contributions. In total, these programs cost in excess of $250,000 last year. At September 30th, the club had total cash of $12.9 million, an increase of $2.95 million over the prior fiscal year end. Approximately $5.4 million of the cash consisted of reserves, with a balance comprised of operating cash and non-refundable capital contributions. At September 30th, the clubhouse mortgage balance stood at $90,000 net of the reserve. Expenditures for capital improvements in 2020 totaled $1.85 million, a decrease of approximately $959,000 from the prior year. The decline in capital expenditures reflected the impact of COVID. In April, the board suspended a number of capital projects and other capital expenditures, including the new cart barn, the 6 new hydro tennis courts, and the renovation of the Hawks Nest Clubhouse. All of these projects were subsequently reinstated in July. The Hawks Nest Clubhouse renovation was completed in December, the hydro tennis courts will be completed in March, and the cart barn project is underway and slated for completion in June. In 2019, the club generated $1,056,000 from the sale of 83 memberships across all classes, an increase of $591,000 from the prior year. During the year, the club spent $795,000 on membership redemptions, which represented 89 transactions. Demand for membership remains very robust, and Dale Kaiser will review the club's outstanding performance in this area in a few moments. Membership equity totaled $34.7 million at September 30th, 2020, an increase of over $3.2 million from the prior year end. Turning to the outlook for fiscal 2021, the club's strong financial performance has been driven by continued positive momentum in new member activity. For the 4 months ending January 31, 2021, revenues exceeded budget by approximately $75,000, and cash operating profit was ahead of budget by approximately $201,000. Total cash at January 31st stood at $12.8 million, an increase of $3.5 million from the prior year, largely as a result of robust new member activity. That said, our cash balances will be going down significantly by the end of this fiscal year. We spent $3.3 million to pay off the mortgage and swap agreement in late February. The golf course renovation at the Moorings will cost approximately $1.7 million, the new cart barn approximately $1.3 million, maintenance and other capital expenditures will require an additional $2.8 million of cash, and lastly, operating expenses between now and the end of the year will absorb an estimated $3 million of cash. As a result, we expect to end the year with about $2.3 million of capital funds, excluding the $800,000 emergency reserve and the $240,000 Hawks Nest Greens reserve. The $2.3 million of capital funds represents roughly 18 months of maintenance capital expenditures at the club. Capital expenditures for fiscal 2021 are estimated at $5.8 million. Major expenditures include the aforementioned renovation of the golf course at the Moorings campus, the new cart barn facility, new golf course maintenance equipment at both courses costing about $600,000, renovation of the Hawks Nest clubhouse, and 6 new hydro tennis courts. In view of the club's solid financial performance year to date, I am cautiously optimistic we are on track to exceed budget and enjoy another strong year in terms of cash operating profit. That said, COVID remains a wild card in how the year will ultimately play out. The board's biggest financial and operational challenges going forward are twofold. First, we'll be balancing the desire to offer a full menu of amenities and services without jeopardizing the health and well-being of our members, guests, or employees. Second, the club must continue to invest in maintaining and improving its capital assets to attract new members and retain existing ones, while preserving a prudent capital structure and a compelling value proposition for the membership. Establishing the general capital fund, as proposed in this year's proxy, will be an important step forward in this endeavor. I'd now like to turn the meeting over to Dale Kaiser, who will review membership. Thank you.
Thank you, LJ, and welcome everyone. In short, new membership activity has been very strong. Interest in the club has never been higher, and that is a credit to each department within the club performing at a very high level, and members referring friends, families, and new neighbors to membership. I'd like to thank everyone who has proposed and sponsored a new candidate to membership this year. A special thank you also goes to our hardworking membership committee. This 9-member group has conducted a record 81 interviews in the last 5 months and will continue to be very busy into the summer. Now, this first slide shows the growth of membership since the 2014-2015 fiscal year. In just 6 years, our membership has grown by an impressive 310 members. And from October 1st through February 28th of 2021, the first 5 months of our fiscal year, 81 new members have joined. Last month, we announced that due to the surge in new members, our club level of membership will be placed on a waiting list. We still have a handful of full memberships available, and they are going very quickly. In the summer, we have natural attrition due to members resigning, so we don't anticipate the waiting list here lasting very long initially. The wait lists and the pricing levels of other local clubs have led to a joining fee increase. On July 1st, the full membership will increase from $65,000 to $75,000, and the club membership will increase from $30,000 to $40,000. And what does this mean for current members? Any current members wishing to upgrade their membership should contact the membership office as soon as possible. This next slide shows our traditional membership programs. As you can see, highlighted in green are the membership types we have available at the present time. Full memberships at $65,000, summer memberships, and temporary renter memberships. As the summer progresses, we will evaluate the membership offerings, our member counts versus the caps, and possibly reopen some additional programs in the fall. Thank you for your time today. I would like to call Terry Burns, Secretary, and Head Teller Peter Sparks up to announce the results of the election.
Thank you, Dale. Mr. Sparks, please deliver the results of the vote.
I'm pleased to say that all items on the ballot passed. The 3 proposed board members were elected, and the conversion to the General Capital Fund overwhelmingly passed with 89% of members voting yes.
Terrific. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter and staff, for your participation in this year's ballot process. At this time, I would like to introduce the newly elected Board of Governors. As your name is called, please stand up. Shanna McNally. Jeb Bittner. And Chet Kalitkowski. Welcome to the board, and thank you in advance for your service. Now I would like to open the floor for questions and answers. We can also answer any questions that viewers at home may have. Please input comments into the box on the page that you're viewing from home. And if anyone is here in the room that has a question, we have microphones. The microphone is literally right next to you if you want to. Go ahead.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, just behind you, sorry.
My name is Don Gervais, and I would like to ask LJ a couple of questions, one of which is, were we eligible for any PPP payments?
We investigated that vigorously in the spring when those programs first came out, and unfortunately, we were not eligible. And also, to the extent that or either that or our bank had already utilized the funds that they had available for other clients, and they didn't have any headroom left over for us and many others.
As you know, there was a second round. Did we apply for the second round also?
We did not, no.
Okay. Thank you.
Just one other point of clarification. We're a 501c7 corporation, and those corporations were not allowed to get any PPP assistance at all throughout the whole country. So we had all of our accountants trying to help us, and we were not eligible. Any other questions? None from home? Oh my goodness, these meetings are getting shorter and shorter. Okay, I just have a few thank yous that I wanted to definitely make today. I want to thank all of the board members. It has been my honor and privilege to serve with you. You're an outstanding group of people, and your contributions to this club are just innumerable. And to the management team and all of the staff. You guys are just outstanding, and you've made my job easy. Although, Craig always said, I'll make your job easy, but we never knew what was going to happen. And then last but not least, I want to thank my husband, Ralph, for 35 years of unwavering support and love. And I forget to thank him all the time, but this is really important. And I thank you, and I love you. Yeah, thanks. All right, thank you all for coming today. We have a very exciting year ahead, and I look forward to seeing all of you here enjoying your club. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you.